am back, Road Rants for Black and White Network. Well, we're going to talk about President Trump, and he held a rally in Waco, right here in my state of Texas. I am not off on Saturdays, or we might have went to this. I am off on Sundays. We went to the zoo. I took my family to the zoo yesterday, and we had a blast and a great time. It's kind of weird having days off again, like normal people. A lot of people don't realize, Matrix and myself, from August of 2020 until 4 weeks ago, we had not had an actual regular day off. Okay, now we had missed days here and there, either by way of sickness or family members that were either in the hospital and or died, like my father died, and I missed some days leading up to his death. But I even recorded a video the day he passed away. It was just sort of right back to work because that's the way Dad raised me to be. So anyway, I was going to make a video about a 65-year-old man that was robbing a daycare or daycares in New York to dress himself up like a baby named Danielle. Yeah, another New York sicko, and I was going to cover it on the channel, but I was like, you know what? What I really want to do is talk about Trump. I want to talk about Trump. He had a rally in Waco, and Matt Gaetz was there, representative out of Florida, and he made some powerful comments that I think Ted Cruz and Ron DeSantis better be listening to. By the way, both parties were asked about, whether or not they would consider DeSantis as a vice president. Would DeSantis be willing to do it? His answer was essentially, hey, I'm more of a leader than a follower, basically is what he said. And I kind of get that. I can understand. You can tell that is his disposition. Okay, fine. That is sort of his personality. Okay, fine. But what I will say is he needs to wait till 2028. All right. Number one, I mean, this is supposed indictment, and they are meeting again today. Alvin Bragg. This is jet fuel for Trump's rocketing campaign towards getting reelected in 2024. But DeSantis needs to step aside. And Ted Cruz, I don't know what you're doing, bud, because if it wasn't for Trump supporters, you would not be senator here in Texas. You both need to come out and formally and vocally endorse President Trump for 2024. Now, I will say this. Do I believe Trump is playing some political gamesmanship with DeSantis? Yes. I don't think Trump hates DeSantis. I don't think DeSantis hates Trump. But we know how elections go, and we know how potential candidates will make things very ugly. Okay? I mean, Trump has feuded with everybody, and many of those people he has feuded with, he is friends with now. Okay? And we've seen that. That's how it goes, right? Even in our same party. Well, the other thing that's going on out there is the mainstream media has come out and they're talking about how there wasn't a big crowd at Trump's rally. It was a massive crowd, okay? It was a massive crowd. Again, we're talking about media publications that refuse to acknowledge the fact that Joe Biden probably couldn't put 500 people in a place. Could he put 100 people in a place? I mean, when he was campaigning, and people wonder why we're skeptical about the outcome, he wouldn't put 50 people in a place during his campaign, while Trump was drawing 10,000. Well, it looks to me like he drew 10,000 again. I mean, look at that picture right there of that crowd. And it's hilarious. The leftists on Twitter trying to claim this is not a big crowd. Let's just look. This is Colin Rugg right here. Look at that. I mean, I've been to probably 50 music concerts in my life. I'd say there's somewhere between 7,000 and 10,000 people there. And they're packed in. And it looks like that's about the amount of tickets they intended to sell to begin with, okay? Because they're packed all the way against the barrier, and then there's people out here, okay? So that's pretty crazy. And this video has gone viral from one of the Baldwin boys, Daniel, who's a conservative. Yes, an actor who's a conservative. And by default, they've tried to cancel his career. This is the turnout all the way around here. All the way, wrapping around, going back as far as the eye can see. This is a huge crowd. It's a huge crowd. It's a huge crowd, and they're packed in there. And that video's got 2 million views on it. So, once again, the leftist media is lying to people. There they are. It is the morning of the rally, 8:25 a.m. People are lined up to get in. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. Right Side Broadcasting Network got a lot of this. And this is a clip from Right Side Broadcasting. Let's just take a look here.
How weird is that? And without Trump dragging Ted Cruz across the finish line, your senator would probably be Beta Beto.
Yikes. He's not wrong.
So Ron DeSantis, Ted Cruz, patriots of the MAGA movement delivered for you in your time of need. Today, Ron DeSantis and Ted Cruz should endorse Donald Trump for president and stand with us as we were so proud to stand with them.
And in case you can't tell, all these people right here stood up. All these people started standing up. That got a standing ovation. That got a standing ovation. And Marjorie Taylor Greene did actually come out and speak as well. We won't go into that, but you can go back and you can watch the rally yourself. But this is just a perfect example of how the mainstream media has come out and lied to us, trying to lie to people online, on social media right now, that Trump's not drawing attendance, drawing crowds. That place looked sold out. And this is considering there were leftists out there. They're so scared of Trump. There were leftists out there that were trying to buy tickets to this thing in order to show a bunch of empty seats. That didn't work out so well, did it? Not an empty seat in the house at all. So that's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the media, folks. And Matt Gaetz is right. DeSantis needs to come out. Look, DeSantis can get himself elected if he will come out right now while Trump is in peril, endorse the man, and get behind him, go with him on these rallies. Trump will absolutely let DeSantis out there to talk at campaign rallies, I promise. Again, they're playing gamesmanship right now, and I get that. DeSanctimonious and all that, that's part of Trump's MO. And I think DeSantis gets that. He even come out and said, I think it's clever. I kind of like it. Okay. Come out, vocally endorse him, and then you will get the presidency in 2028. But if you don't, DeSantis is on the verge of committing career suicide, political suicide right now, if he doesn't get behind Trump. He truly is. So, anyway, I wanted to come out and just talk about that. Was going to bring you the baby diaper video with the 65-year-old man, but I didn't want to do that. I was like, I just want to make a video and talk about Trump and this rally and the fact that people are claiming there was no attendance. And I wanted to talk about the fact that Gaetz come out and said, look, DeSantis, Cruz, and Ted Cruz, I don't know what the hell you're doing. What are you doing? You better realize without Trump supporters, there is no you, bud, at all. People are kind of borderline on you anyway, to be honest. Even with, okay? It just is what it is, dude. This is where I don't guess Republicans. Look, there's obviously a subsection of Republicans, a small base of Republicans, voters that are actually rhinos. Okay, you got to remember, if there's Mitt Romney and all these other rhinos out there, Liz Cheney, then there's a subset of actual rhino voters out there. Okay, they expect their Republicans to look and act a certain way, and never really get aggressive, and they want their Republicans to be sort of betas, right? All right, Trump's not a beta. I don't think for a second that DeSantis is really a beta, but now's not the time for him either. So, anyway, you're going to hear a lot of that out of us, okay? I mean, it just is what it is right now. This is not his time, and he's got to be very careful. Piers Morgan, really? No, we're not down with that dude either. You know? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.